Furia just beat Vitality to take home the Chengdu Grand Final. And they didn't just beat them. They beat them 3-0 in the final against Vitality. Now listen, this wasn't a blowout. They were all close maps. But in a way, I think that's more impressive. Against Vitality, so many teams can get the game close, and then they seem to just lose at the key moment where Vitality win a crazy force buy round or really put you under pressure. But Furia were able to deal with it, and they did so well. And let's dig into it, because you can see I've got a lot of tabs open, okay? There is a lot to dig into here. There's so many tabs open, this literally looks like when I go up to my dad's computer and I'm like, Dad, why have you got like 100 tabs open? Please let me fix this. But I've got a good reason for it, okay? Because as I was saying, there is a lot to dig your teeth into. I've got an all-you-can-eat buffet of Counter-Strike goodness, okay? That Brazilian barbecue that we love from Furia, and I guess chuck in whatever they eat in Latvia and Kazakhstan too. Sure, I don't know what that would be. I'm mainly here for the Brazilian barbecue, but let's dig into some overall situations before going into specifics, okay? Firstly, look at the individual maps. Furia here on the first map, they did better in the opening duels and they won a couple of clutch rounds, right? On the second map, again, they did way better in the opening duels, and again, they did better in the clutch rounds. And on the third map, again, they did pretty significantly better in the opening duels. Clutches won. This time, Vitality beat them 2-1. But I think the main takeaway there is Furia were good value for this win. If you are getting more opening kills, it is normally a good sign that you've put yourself in position to win the game. And Furia did exactly that. Secondly, this veto. Ancient is not a team either of these guys, or sorry, not a map either of these teams really play. And yet Furia were willing to pick it straight away, which I think was really cool. And I actually think it makes a lot of sense when you look at these two lineups, because I think both teams kind of knew that Ancient would turn into a very loose, very scrappy game of Counter-Strike that kind of came down to individuals a lot, right? You saw in that game, there were so many missed nades, there were so many crazy situations. And I actually think, in a weird way, that kind of suits Furia a little more, and that's why I was happy they were willing to pick it, because you look at this Ancient map, right? ZywOo and Rops, probably the two best players on Vitality. For me, they are both guys who much prefer it when the game is structured, when they can plan things out ahead of time, when everything sort of makes sense. And yes, they can make plays in chaotic situations. But I don't know if that's when they're at their best. Whereas you look at Furia, I actually think the entire team can work in those sorts of positions, right? I think Yakindar especially is going to thrive in this sort of game where it's all about aggression, all about duels. Molodoy has shown a real willingness to take on opening picks, and he's been successful at it. And I think Yuri and Keserato, a similar story, not only just their overall aim, but also they are willing to make plays. This is a team that is full of playmakers on this Furia side. And Vitality, I think, when they're at their best, for me, they are just really in control of the game. And so I think it was really smart for Furia to just pick this straight away, and it worked out for them. Honestly, I think ZywOo had moments and Rops had moments, but overall, Furia's individuals were able to do more here. Secondly, okay, the overall stats in this series, I mean, Yakindar out here, incredible showing from him, but I still think Molodoy is the most impressive to me. I think he was the best player for them in this series, even if the stats don't quite say so. I also feel like we got to see some really good partnerships throughout this series. I think that Fallen just seems to have chemistry with everyone on this team, right? I really think that's the case. But he works especially well with Yakindar. It seems like those two work together really well. But also, there were a lot of moments where you saw Yuri and Molodoy working very well together, which, again, it just makes no sense to me how they can work so well together, right? Again, with the whole language stuff, it feels like it shouldn't. But there just seems to be some natural chemistry that works for this team. I also want to say, looking overall, okay, we got the Fallen best of 5 streak, boys. We have the Fallen best of 5 streak, and I think there is some truth to this. I think there is a reason why Fallen is so good in best of 5s, okay? He's now 13-0 on a win streak in best of 5 finals. And I think it's perfectly showcased in this best of 5, where you have two in-game leaders that are the complete opposite personality types, right? You have Apex, who is quite erratic, very much like up and down with his emotions, very expressive. And listen, I love Apex for that. Seriously, like he is someone who wears his heart on his sleeve, and you can see that. And I am always really appreciative of that. But I think that Fallen just gives off such a more, I guess, relaxed and confident like demeanor in a sense, right? I think Apex is confident in a way where it's like, you can tell he's so himself, that he's so out here. Whereas Fallen, he just gives like almost like a father figure in a sense, which I think is very important for this team with Molodoi on there. But he's just so measured. That's the way to put it. He is so measured that I think when you're on a team with Apex, right, you're probably having all these ups and downs. It's probably kind of mentally taxing that you're like, oh my God, we're doing great. Now we're doing badly. Whereas Fallen, you can tell, even when he wins rounds for his team, like he's not popping off. He's not getting super hyped. He's just like, okay, on to the next. And I actually think that helps in a long best of 5 where you know you have a lot of Counter-Strike to play. It is a lot easier to stay on this steady level than it is to constantly have these ups and downs, right? I actually think that does play a decent factor. And I don't think that's something either of these guys can change. I think that's just naturally how Apex is, but I think it helps, especially in BO5s. I also have to say, this is a great take from Moses. I'm stealing other people's takes, okay? We got to do it. And yes, Molodoi deserves all the credit in the world. He has been incredible. But he would never have gotten this chance if it weren't for the humility of Fallen, a leader recognizing they needed an upgrade in the position he was revered for throughout his career. Not an easy decision to make, and not a decision that is often made at this level of competition. And this is so true. Because, let's be real, Fallen could have probably just gone on for years as this AWP in-game leader, and he would have had opportunities on Brazilian teams. Maybe he would have had to slowly like go down into the lower level teams and slowly try and bring up some new guys, right? But I think he realized he kind of needed to make a change, right? And the big question was, can he still continue to have enough impact on the rifle? And I was worried that wasn't going to be the case. And I think you just have to give him all the credit in the world, because his fragging isn't insane, but the amount of big moments Fallen steps up in still is incredible. And I actually think, in a weird way, switching to the rifle has helped him in some senses, because Fallen clearly has such good game sense that now that he's on the rifle, it's kind of easier for him to get into positions with the rifle where he can just catch you off guard, right? Like with the AWP, you're not really going to be as mobile. You can't really go for like a good flank timing as easily, right? Because you might just get one shot off and just get traded. But with the rifle, because you're more mobile, I actually think it helps Fallen and his real good instinct, especially in late round scenarios, right? And then finally, this also, okay? Fallen back at the Rio Major 2022. I'm planning to play for one more year, and then I feel like I have other stuff to do. And, well, look at him now. Look at him now. Winning Tier 1 tournaments, and they're going to be in the running for the Major. Let's be real. They have to be, and it is exciting in the lead up to the Major. Let's get into the rounds, though. That was enough of a yap sesh. Starting with this Ancient, which, as I said, was a very chaotic map.
Thrown a 3B start, completely selling mid our Vitality.
Oh, they missed the molly.
Apex on Cave.
You can already see here, against Vitality, you have to win some of these low-buy rounds because they are so good at winning these rounds against you. So you've got to even the playing field.
He's actually going to throw a block smoke. It's well timed.
And you see how chaotic of a map this is. We get the B nades.
Allows him to focus his attention forward. Mezzi's under scrutiny.
And these two players go down, but they have the split timing in from Cave.
He's handled it well. 2 down.
And Apex gets caught. He just went off that position. He gets caught up close, and suddenly, now this is very sketchy for Mezzi.
Quick one back. Yakinda's making a case. Trying to break into the side.
Look at how patient those Cave players were, by the way. They wait for Molodoi to walk through the smoke because they figure if there is a player on the site, he's going to be looking at Cave. He's going to just have his back turned to the smoke. They let Molodoi walk
with a back turn, Mezzi gets...
That is very good communication. So smart to stop.
Oh, just a Glock into the back of the head. Hang on. Furia, after 4 consecutive from Vitality with just...
And even though Yakinda goes
Still
down...
making it competitive.
They've got Molodoi and AK in a post plant.
That did Molodoi.
Good trade.
He can pull back now.
Gets back to safety. And he's got 3 bullets.
He certainly does. He's only got 3 bullets, but he is taking a look for... Oh!
He's got... I mean, that's where you want your AWPer with an AK, because you just know he's going to hit the shot.
Enough shot! Finds the instant headshot. Zyru's got
it. And Yuri closes it. And again, so many moments like that from Molodoi throughout. I still think he was the MVP of this series for me.
way to get back on the ball.
To him. Shifts in the night
we get this
overlooked.
mid-chaos with Flames, and it
Flames,
gets
he finds
real
it, falling, running her up the round. Lackadaisical. Flamesy Apex heavy mid-start. Molodoy, what has he
I don't know how Molodoy got that, by the way. That was a nut shot.
done that? How has he done that? Is that a cave wallbang? Apex was caught off just through the corner of the wall in
And
mid.
Yuri here, he definitely gets a little lucky, okay? Because this is a missed AWP shot coming in from Rops.
Side, Yuri's on the flank here. Missed shot
And he's
from
in
Robs on
mid-air
the
as he
AWP.
gets
This
the
is
kill. But look, while all this chaos is going down in
chaotic.
mid,
What is happening? 2 AWPs in middle. Sitting duck was Yuri. Another required.
you lose track of the fact that Furia have actually outmaneuvered Vitality. They've used all this chaos to get onto the A side.
Deathmatch personified.
It is deathmatch in a grand final.
And Rob's a little lucky to get out there.
Double AWP CT side. Okay, Zywo's found an AK. And Yakinda down to the Rob's AWP. What have you
Great play from Robs, but
got, Molodoy?
Molodoy again.
He's got clutches.
Oh.
He's missed his shot, though, between the wickets of Zywu. Closed in on, closes the gap, isolates. Oh, he's not far off, you know.
One bullet.
Robson Molodoy. Balowitz. Hobby Orpa versus the real deal. Opts for the USP. He's only got 1 bullet, has Molodoy. Holding him. Peeking. Molodoy stands.
And again, Molodoy, like, I cannot believe how good this guy is. I cannot believe how good the pickup is. I cannot believe how good he is in late round scenarios. The amount of shots he gave himself the chance to have there was so impressive. And again, you have to be able to, in this scrappy, chaotic first map that you know it's going to be, because neither team really plays it, you have to be able to have moments like that. And Molodoy had a lot of them.
On a map that neither team play. Yes, you are correct. Oh, hello.
You see what I'm talking about here? Quesarado just happy to take this opening fight. Like, they seem very happy to just, like, take a lot of these duels like this. I think it just suited Fury.
Goodbye, Flamesy. That's back-to-back opener.
And again, just so clean on the second.
In the depth department, that is.
Boom. 5v3. That's another round. We take those. We take those. But then, Vitality started coming back, right? And this is the other impressive thing that we'll get to. The mentality of Furia was so impressive. Most teams, when they start to lose against Vitality and Vitality go on a streak and start coming back and start winning annoying rounds, most teams against Vitality start to overthink it, right? And I was worried that was starting to happen because this was an 8-4 half and Furia started letting it slip.
We've gone heavy cave with this defense.
They have, but Yakinda's managed to catch one with the
And you
spam.
see here, I was talking about just the individual moments. This is where we started to get that out from Vitality. Zywu hadn't done much up until this
Zywu,
point.
that's a stunning one.
He gets that trade.
He doesn't get a
and he
chance to
just
pull the
goes.
trigger. And look at him just walking, waltzing into the side. Double cave setup. Zywu catches another. It's Zywu up the ramp just as an aim map for him. Delivers around for Vitality.
Right, so impressive from Zywu. And again, it's feeling like a pug. And Vitality are coming back. And it gets to 11-8. And you're like, bro, Furia, you've lost so many rounds in a row. You are 8-4 up.
Back
This
to
isn't
back,
looking great.
first to ever do it in Krakow to start 2026.
Action on mid.
But here, you get this little gap in
Jumping
the
up is
smoke.
Quesarado.
And Quesarado again, heads up play. I think this suited him well.
So fancies his chances on this extra elevation. He's done well there.
Nice opening kill.
Place around the
And then
gap.
from here,
Pump their elbow
so
smoke.
good,
Now
okay.
replenishes
You're gonna
properly.
see this B setup.
Action on the ramp as well. You can see
Kinda was
Yakinda
just looking for
considering
info.
it, but you've got the man advantage. You'll realize that and fall back.
Boosted up again.
Apex has got a molly for the long
See just that one flash of Vitality to get the AWP onto
side.
the
That's
angle.
going to make things awkward
And
and
Yakinda flashes back. And look at the information Yuri gets here. This is huge.
hot and heavy
Doesn't get a
for
kill,
Yuri.
but he spots that there's a player down. He knows that there was a player up on the boost.
Confirmation of his
And
presence.
that means
Now you have the AWP.
Yakinda is just a little more prepared. You can see at the bottom, he's already got the smoke down. As these nades come in, he's got his smoke out because he's known that Yuri has given him the info.
The
and that is
Molotov to
huge.
force his reaction.
Because
It's
look, he gets this
could be an
counter timing on the smoke, and suddenly that changes everything.
pick back from Zywu. Yuri and Yakinda.
As you can see, they're trying to go through and they're trying to exec, and the exec isn't even that bad, but that counter smoke just destroys it.
Locking down the site for now. Apex on his way up the ramp. Spraying, spamming, hoping for a connection.
And you can see from here, they're going to win the round. And again, really good information, really good work between the team. Then here in this one.
Apex trying to punch in the coat. Yakinda caught out. Nice from
You're
Flames.
worried again because Flames is starting to pop off.
Molly denies the plant. Hang on a second. K-Serato. Next victim of Flamesy. Double kill from him.
And you are really worried. And then Fallen, who, as I said, he's not always the biggest fragger. Okay, he's going to have the lowest numbers on the team, but he has such a knack for coming through in the most important moments, right? And as I was saying earlier, I thought that without the AWP, he might struggle to do this as much, because I still don't think his aim is on the level of anyone else in the server, but it doesn't matter, because he has such an ability to stay calm and just beat people in these moments with his experience.
Fallen in the clutch. Having a go. Swings on it. Number 2.
So impressive. He has so many moments throughout this series.
Now,
that is Furia's turn.
Double Molotov, flashes, smoke on the short side. Zywoo hoping for that long player's reaction, but it's not being given. Yuri showing restraint. Now he prepared.
See here as well, Furia willing to play a different playstyle, right? They're playing full retake on this site, which is risky to do. And you're going to see here, Vitality, I'm pretty sure Zywoo, as he tries to smoke long, I think his smoke gets blocked. I think he fumbles. Take a look at it on the minimap.
Second wave of that.
He's got a smoke in hand right now.
Util trying to stop.
He tries to throw it,
The default
and it bounces.
plan. You
And
can see
either
it.
he misses it and it lands on the site, or something goes wrong, and now long isn't smoked, and that changes the entire round.
It's going to be swung in through.
Because now Flames feels like he has to fight long because they know that it's open.
It's in the smoke. Zywoo and Mezzy kind of tripping over each other. It looks great for Furia, but
And yet still, Flames able to get 2 kills, bring it into a 3-on-3, and so they have to play this retake well.
Flamesy is starting to warm up. That hot hand you were discussing.
And the thing they do so well here is they realize that Flames is up close, and they realize that means Vitality are probably going to have to try and play to help him. They're not going to want to just sit back, right?
Hanging like that Emperor of Flame.
So they spot him here.
A third off.
Fallen gets the kill, but Yakinda is just waiting. He's not even really ready to try and trade Fallen. He's just waiting because he figures there's going to be a reswing.
Too much. There's Fallen and Yakinda putting us into an
Apex just gets caught out in the open.
all tied up game.
Very impressive retake. And again, just that composure and team play is there. And then again,
Still
into
thrown
the
out by
next one. They
Flamesy.
keep the comeback trail.
Makes his way out to no
And
resistance.
this time you start to see the cracks for Vitality.
Is K-Serato going to break the
Yakinda
smoke
gets that opening.
Yakinda's
And it
broke
looks like they just missed their smoke here, Vitality.
in the neck
Which Furia were doing a couple of times in the first half too.
of Zywoo there. That's just through the smoke and the boards.
yeah, so it hasn't landed
Oh,
properly.
you're right.
That is very misthrown.
Okay, well this one has come back to cost them. Okay,
And then
Yakinda.
Yakinda gets another. And that's that round, boom. And they're right back in it. And they're making Vitality look like the nervous ones.
Serato tucked on red.
And then in the last round here,
You can see Molodoi tight on the line though.
Molodoi holding this angle, pressure round.
Just like that.
Flash doesn't do enough.
And they don't know about K-Serato. His activation could be the gap
And now they have
guarantee.
that man
Map number
advantage.
1.
And
Getting
as they come
5
back to be
seconds
here,
side, Cubby occupied.
Yakinda's actually going to
Yakinda,
get caught.
will he go uncleared? This would be criminal. Surely you clear him now. Zywoo spots his back.
He goes down, but again, Yuri, so underappreciated on this team. He's just such a safe pair of hands.
Nice find, pulls him in. Oh, the
Spam through is huge, getting a kill to bring it
spray
back.
from Yuri has found him.
And then the bomb has actually been slowed by this molly, right? And that means these rotating players are going to come in.
Oh, Yuri nearly finds
And they're
Rob
going to have the chance to get on this angle from short.
as well. Mezzy
You
on the
see
short
here,
side.
as Apex goes for the plant,
I need this. K-Serato's quick.
Molodoi just hits a shot to deny the bomb plant.
Nice
right?
from Robson.
In this quick
Mezzy
situation.
drops as well. Mezzy on the short side needs this. K-Serato's quick. Nice from Robson. Mezzy.
He drops the bomb, and it's just so huge with 19 seconds left because now we've got Fallen in a 2v2 on a flank, and we know that Fallen is so good in these situations. In these late round situations, he will just outposition you.
Keeps Vitality in it to win it, trying to take us to OT. Bomb's not being planted.
Someone's got to go back for the bomb.
Bomb
And Fallen, he doesn't even commit immediately. He realizes with the low time, let's just wait.
is not
And it's such a great decision.
being planted.
And then he goes at the right time. Like, I don't know how he figured that one out.
Take us to
But
OT.
again, as I was saying, he's just such an instinct for these situations.
Bomb's not being planted.
Time.
Bomb is not being planted. Flank from Fallen. 10 seconds.
And he gets the kill, and he just falls away, and he says, all right, Yuri, you go and deny the bomb plant. I'm just going to make sure I don't die. I'm just going to make sure I don't get traded.
Messi, where's the bomb? He is screwed. Can they run him down?
So
Can they
Messi tries to plant, Yuri
bang him
runs
out?
in,
Yuri's coming for you, and Furia!
and they've got it. First map won, and I think this was a huge turning point in the series for them. And then they go into the second map, right? They're 5-0 down, right? They're off to a slow start. And this is where I'm just going to praise Molodoi again.
Attached for Serato on his mid-hole.
Trying to play a cheeky play up smoke, you know, up close in the smoke, trying to sort of catch them out.
They extinguish, they go. Serato hears it all, but he's been
Gets
booked.
full blinded, and this looks like a dire situation. Your A-long player has just been lost completely.
Flamesy flies through
and
the
Molodoi has to reposition here from the site, and look at how he does this.
smoke. He caught the flash as well. Zai
Runs
places
over to long,
it well. Nice one.
gets good timing on this first fight, and look at how quick he is in his decision-making here.
Back, Molodoi.
Boom. Straight back to the site, straight away ready to smoke. This is not easy to do under this time pressure, right? You have to quickly decide, do I just stand and fight? Are they going to run me down too quickly? Do I just try and get another kill? But
Confirms
no,
multiple
he
bodies.
goes back. He knows he has Yuri holding this angle as well. So again, this Yuri and Molodoi setup, their team play was really strong throughout this map. Their chemistry is impressive, seriously. Like, these guys had it nailed down.
He's wrapping on the long side. Yuri
And now, suddenly,
standing on.
this actually looks like a bad position for Vitality. They have 3 players committed up through A-long. Furia have everyone rotating in, right? And yes, it's early in the round, and Vitality could still go
The
back.
balcony
You've used a lot of utility here.
itself for the
You've got to figure out what to do, and it just stopped Vitality in their tracks.
elevation. As he
And
flash
now here in this moment, okay, Flash
with a
comes
push,
in,
flash in for the
Fallen blinded. Look at what Molodoi does on the minimap, because Fallen is just about going to survive.
oh, the library hunt.
Molodoi pulls out a nade
Fallen
while this
has
fight
vision.
is going down. They're not going to get a kill from this, but Molodoi wipes the
No,
smoke
Flamesy making things weird with the Molotov out.
and just gets a kill of his own while they're distracted fighting Fallen. Again, the decision-making from Molodoi is the most impressive part to me. How quick he was to realize he needed to help his teammate there. So impressive.
Fallen falls back as Flamesy's found. Advantage Furia, but a weird one.
Bomb stuck in library.
Yeah. And Rob's still apartments. Molotov
And again, that's the thing we thought was going to be an issue with this team, was that communication, was the team play. It has not been an issue at all.
is holding for that. Looking lower as it currently
And
stands.
as I've been saying, Yuri, underappreciated. Just so safe.
Though, but a
so
quick
reliable.
flick not out of his wheelhouse. Yuri. Oh, he's perfectly placed his crosshair
kill.
there. A quick burst to the face as Apex goes down. A leg shot. Could finish it with a USP. Robs is trying to do something, but caught by
And
Yuri.
Yuri closes with the 2 kills. And I'm just going to show the
First
replay
3 contributions
to show you the Molodoi smoke wipe.
from Yuri, and he gets it done.
Got to tip your hat to Furia there. I know it's something that they have been working on in the complexion of this roster. CT sides, the idea is re-aggressing, right? Taking back skirmish. Good find from Flames, but it's the AWP
There's
that
that kill from Molodoi.
stunts and stalls.
Here's the smoke wipe, and he jumps up onto this box, so he's not even exposed from short, really. Like, a short player would have to run right in, and Yuri could just work
The
off
wrap
of it.
into A. Finds another on the quick.
Boom. So impressive. Such a smart way to get on that angle correctly,
Yeah,
and then
very
just
well
immediately drop off, and you're safe.
Done from Molodoi.
Really impressive from Molodoi. Then into round 7.
More 2 for 1. Messi, he can play around the smoke, tries to, does so well.
Trades early. Very well done by Vitality here.
2 for 1. There's
Serato tries to
Serato
commit,
back
but he gets traded as well. Zaiwu had a great start to this map.
in the mix for a
Here's what
money
I
loss.
love about Fury
Yuri
in
and-
this situation. This feels like it should be a save, right, on paper. But look at their money. Their money is good enough here. They have a good amount of money in the bank, even though it's 5-1 and they've only won 1 round.
Molodoi giving the
So they
lazy
figured, do you know what? Let's just have a look and see if they make a mistake. And I think this is something that's underappreciated sometimes in Counter-Strike. If you just maximize the amount of chances for your opponents to make mistakes, you will go far. That makes a big difference, right? And you're going to see
become
here,
in the post.
they do it really well because they make sure to make no noise. So Vitality are
long-
probably
oh, that
half
smoke is
expecting
fading.
a save here. And the CT smoke
Well,
is
they'll
going
stay on
to
the
fade
line.
at kind of an inopportune
Anyone
time.
take an inquisitive glance?
And look who
There
it is
could
that
be an
gets
AWP
caught
frag
out
here.
here. It's Zaiwu. How often do you see this guy get caught out? He's caught repositioning because he wants to pull out some utility.
Zai was dead.
He goes down, and suddenly it's scary.
Yuri provides.
Right? All because they've snuck in like this. This actually is a winnable round now.
Full kill already, progressing and covered. Just
Vitality called a double swing as Molodoi switches weapons, but Yuri
as he looks away,
on the trigger.
Yuri's got to come
And then
up.
look here again. Look how cutthroat he is. With this molly in, he just knows.
He's doing it all for Furia, looking for number 4.
And I don't think Flames expects him to be past that molly.
Oh, Yuri!
Boom.
Sensei!
Furia have stolen a round, and again, it all comes off of realizing the upside of just allowing your opponents to maybe make a mistake, to maybe not be ready for you, right? That element of surprise makes all the difference. And that, to me, is maximizing those small situations. And that, to me, is what you need to do to beat the top teams in the world. That is really impressive. So many teams there would have just not even thought about it. They would have just saved. And Furia made sure to give themselves the chance.
Robs is coming in first.
Then here in
Will it be
this
a
one,
wide swim?
again, Furia, very good at playing forward.
Will he pick it out? Bait it out. Wow, how's he
Great
ready?
shot, by the way.
That's the
But he
trade out
gets
of Robs.
traded.
That's
But again, 40 seconds left.
Dorado needs a multi.
Bit more information.
An awful lot to do.
And you look here, and Furia, they often play quite aggressive on their CT side. And so Vitality,
Cut noise.
they just stall. They stop, and they assume that someone from Furia will go for a push, right? But they
And they've only got
realize eventually we've
30
got to
seconds
group
for the
up.
finish. Now the
And so Mezzi has to go ahead and go back to A, right? He wants to just sit on Banana and wait for some aggression because he thinks it's coming. But at the end of the day, he's got to join his teammates for his A-site push,
bomb
right?
is on the back of Apex.
And again,
Yet
look at the timing
to
from
see a
Furia.
contribution.
He realizes this timing perfectly. He realizes this is about the timing window where Vitality will want to start grouping up for a play together.
From Vitality's captain, and Fallen getting curious, pushes down B, wants to ensure he can at least lend a hand. He could lead to a flank.
Serato committed into top mid. Here's
Got
this,
Apex if
and boom. Fallen
the timing
is going
allows.
to start running because he knows.
Backs his turn, trade not there.
Serato gets traded, but look, Fallen is already here, and it's the bomb dropped.
There's Fallen actually wants a Mezzi. Hang on a
Easy killing
second,
behind,
Robs is
good
low.
damage.
He has to pick up the bomb. This is so uncomfortable. Another bullet connects.
Recommits into the open, and this is what I mean. I'll play it again full speed.
The timing allows. Backs his turn, trade not there. There's Fallen actually wants a Mezzi. Hang on a second, Robs is low. He has to pick up the bomb. This is so uncomfortable. Another bullet connects. Fallen clutches that.
This is what I mean when I say, in a weird way, Fallen switching to a rifle has given him some extra parts to his game because you can be so much more mobile and take risks and moves like that. And his read for those situations is so good that he will punish you. Very impressive again. And Fallen often will get himself the easy kills off the back of that in important moments in games, right?
Gamble looks good.
It does.
Moving on here, okay? We get this Vitality 4A stack. This looks like they should be in great shape against Furia. But what do Furia do? Well, they have this smoke on the corner. They figure that's maybe going to make it slightly more likely someone will play in cubby.
Vitality well
They go
positioned.
for this interesting long smoke. In theory, it's allowing them to sort of wrap into CT. But more
Kinder parting
importantly,
in.
it's going to cut off this crossfire entirely. Right?
Robs on that
And so
bounce.
all they need to do is molly Mezzi, and there's nothing that Vitality can do here. Right? Mezzi is just going to be screwed, right? Apex can't help him.
Here, crossfire established. Mezzi bareheaded. Nice find.
Nice
Forced-
kill. And suddenly, this passive A stack, it doesn't feel as comfortable. And look at how far up Yakindar is as well. He's already snuck into an advanced position.
Down to the fight.
And look at what Furia do. They figure that now Vitality are going to be struggling for information, right? They've just lost A long, right? This looks like it could be a wrap in towards CT. And so Apex is moving away from long to make sure he covers off this potential wrap.
The flame.
And now think about this from the CT perspective. They don't know if it's going to be a B split with a wrap because they don't have this banana info. They don't know if it's going to be an A play. They're going to want info right now, right? And also, importantly, the long player Apex, he can't just sit behind this smoke and be holding from long, right? He has to cover CT. And that's why Yakindar is comfortable going up on this angle, not even looking at long. And eventually, these A players figure, we need some information here because we feel so screwed. We need to get some info back. And Furia are just waiting for it.
Yakinda suspects that
Molodo is holding apps. He gets a kill.
there is a Zywa on side, and he's ready.
Yakindar's holding from an early angle. He gets a kill. And so, even though Vitality had a 4A stack and they were sitting and waiting perfectly, Furia just destroyed them mentally. They just destroyed them. They just made Vitality feel like Vitality have to go for the information.
For him, edging into the angle. Yakinda
That is such a
prepared.
beautiful
Furia.
round. And also, as I was pointing out, Apex had to go back to CT off the back of that first kill. He couldn't let the possibility of Furia wrapping B through CT happen. So it left A long open. It allowed this short push to be so much easier. Again, so impressive, okay? We're nearly at half an hour, so we're going to have to speed through some of these, okay? But round 20.
Molotov, Yuri consistently
got
throwing it
tricks.
out. There's their first flashback. They're trying to boost up the AWP. Molodoi, does he get spotted there? I don't think he has been. Now he can uncrouch and potentially punish.
In the open.
Flamesy's committed. They are just going to stand and hope that if Flamesy makes a mistake over the tip of the smoke, he has
Eventually.
got additional vision. And there
He
goes
gets the pick over the top of the smoke, right?
Apex.
Another very nice way. Again, Molodoi, 22 kills. They just got so much out of him throughout this series, right?
Swing into his demise. 22.
3 and 4.
One home.
And at this
Set
point,
up a trap and he
Flash in a fight.
they go back away from Banana.
through it.
But
Flamesy
they
has
heard that flash in, so they will realize Vitality have
a
retaken
look.
Banana.
Info.
Info. No one home. And info flows
Stick around to see if there's a
both
push.
ways. Fury are aware that might
But the call is clearly, let's come back to
be
A.
Vitality's understanding.
Still got time to change their plan.
But it doesn't look like
Start to go back to A.
Fury
And
are
this
aware
moment
that
is
might
huge.
be Vitality's understanding.
Still got time to change their plan.
But it doesn't look like
They
it's
flash this AWP off the angle. Zywoo gets blinded and takes a shot from this pit side, right?
going to be stubborn about this.
Even more info. And now, they're a bit scared. They're going to have to help Zywoo and Pit with this AWP, right? They need a bit of rifle support.
Those
is what
pieces
they
are
feel.
still moving in transition.
Again, we get this long smoke for the wrap.
Pressure applied on the short side.
And Furia, they hear that AWP. They hear the Banana retake aggression. And they figure, do you know what? If Vitality have retaken Banana, they might have just rotated to stack A.
Go back to B. The AWP's stuck in pit.
So it ends up being a great call here.
And then you start
To just
wrapping
go for this
alongside
big
as well.
split.
This is nice with a 3.
You're going to fake
Core
the A
smoke
ramp.
up, your Kinder.
There's the A short
Fallen,
play with this
partner
smoke
up.
on A long.
Flamesy's
And
going to
look, Flames is isolated. This is a
Be left on a
beautifully
complete
cool
island.
round. Shout out Fallen one time. Great call. This has got to be a round.
He's in so much trouble. Flamesy has to step up and deliver. And delivery does! Flamesy with 3.
Unless Flames does that. Unless Flames does that. And
Vitality.
this is the exact sort of round where most teams crumble against Vitality. Most teams struggle because Vitality do something like that and they crumble, right? And of course,
For anything.
you see,
Right there.
that's not going to be a round.
Conceding.
Furia going to lose the round. But again, Furia find ways back. And Vitality won a few of their low force buys and a few rounds like that where they just overperform.
Hey, Vice, this has to be a
But
pocket
Furia
call.
were doing the
Look at him
same.
springing straight into an execute. And Rox is hearing this early.
They just call for a fast play. And they had this molly and they smoked their molly. And look, Zywoo is so not ready for how quick this
Yeah,
is.
Rops reacts. Zywoo throws out the nade. He's going to get
going back.
caught.
He gets
Just
away, but now Rops has to try and
turns
cover the
around in
base.
time. Support
And again, Queserado's so far up.
arrives because empty-handed. And Yuri, hang on a second, removing Zywoo. Oh, no! Another
Just the pace of the play works. And again, Furia show that they can win. They win that map. And then again, here on the third map, they start slow. The mentality was so impressive, right? Round 8.
almost anti-flash. Burrow into the monster
As I was
pipe to
saying,
avoid those
Vitality often win
flashbangs.
these low buys. So Furia, they have to win some of these too. And they do.
Do they catch him? They do.
Flash is
Oh, he's
over.
put.
Great. Mez is so
Nice
blind.
find.
His second kill. Again, this is what I mean with Molodoi, man. This
Do
is
they
why he was the MVP.
Catch
for
him.
me
They
in
do.
this series.
Oh, he's booked. Nice find. Still,
How
no
does he get that? That is insane.
way. Molodoi opens up the site with 2. The Tech 9's feast. And now the Fangs swing through.
Just a
There's
nice little pop play.
Queserato
But you've
and-
got to win a few T rounds like that on Overpass to get you into the game, right? And then we get into the second half. And
just
again,
the one.
A
Zywoo
1v1
in
for
the
Fallen, right? They've won the
clutch.
pistol.
It's
but
Fallen.
they've got
2
into this position.
kills to his name. But
And again, Fallen against Zywoo. You back Zywoo
This
to win
one-
this, surely. It's an MP9 against an M4.
this really make the
Having
difference.
planted the bomb, Zywoo goes back to long.
Zywoo slinks away.
Smoking a
And after Fallen, Molly struck to cut down on the positions.
Yeah.
Smoking a kick could change things. That sound would make things uncomfortable for
He
Zywoo.
smokes the bomb. And I think it's a realization here from Fallen. You can see that bomb is planted kind of open. The smoke on the bomb here is going to terrify Zywoo because there's no obvious sort of angle it can be. If you plant on the edge of the site here, there's not as big of a range that he could be diffusing on, but he could be diffusing in a
Sound
lot
would
of
make
different
things
spots.
uncomfortable for Zywoo.
And so Zywoo feels like he has to swing the bomb just to see if the defuse is happening early. And as that happens,
Fallen.
boom, Fallen reads that if Zywoo is playing long, he's going to have swung the bomb.
That sound
And he
would make
gets the
things
timing
uncomfortable
perfect.
for Zywoo. Fallen. Oh, instant
Boom. Crazy.
headshot.
Crazy impressive read from Fallen. Again, the knack for winning those sorts of situations.
for Vitality.
And already they're operating at a disadvantage. It could get
It's worth 2 for Vitality.
Who else again but Fallen?
And already they're operating at a disadvantage. It could get worse. Hang on a second.
Fourth angle on the first, re-swings for the second.
Somehow, some way,
And he has the
gets
molly
two.
and the smoke
Very
to keep
little.
himself safe.
Flash is good. Perfect.
Then he gets blinded and you're like, uh-oh, he's in trouble. But it's fine. Yuri's here. He's going to get away.
For two, the same
Good
result.
movement.
He wants to go. Flash is good. Perfect. Fallen's book. Cover is there.
But actually, Yuri ends up
Yuri
going
gets
down.
caught out. Fallen on the
So it's
reposition.
back to a 3v3.
Walking through Monster.
Yeah,
And
they
then
are.
look at what they do here.
Smoke might.
Smoke for the front side or the back side of pillar. Normally, this is a smoke you throw defensively when you're scared of a push and you just hide behind it because that way you can have help from other positions and it's hard for Vitality to get full site control, right? That's normally what happens. Instead, Molodoi deep flash in behind and Vitality are not ready for it at
Flash is
all.
better through the smoke.
And Fallen with the fourth. I wish he got the ace, man, but seriously.
Inspired by Apex's captain's clutch, gives us a captain's 4K.
Beautifully done. Yakindar closes. Another big moment from Fallen.
Always going to
We
pick
get
long.
late on. They're
He
10-9
is. Fallen looking at
down
him.
still.
To deliver them an opening. And an opening seems imminent. There's Apex.
And so many moments where Molodoi would just take initiative by himself, gets this
It's
long
gone.
pick early.
20 removed, but they are in a 4v5.
We get here,
They
Yakindar
do have
playing
connect-
forward in the
Fire. Drop
bathrooms.
through.
Vitality is slowly going to come back here. And again, Yakindar playing forward, it provides a lot for this team because you're going to see
Angle of approach.
once this
Flamesy.
fight finally comes in for Yakindar, just watch. Okay, first we'll watch the fight from Yakindar.
Oh yeah, wasn't ready for him,
Good
was
kill.
he? Flamesy completely goes down.
Good
It's a
hit.
nice one back.
Molodoi decides to fall back. Smart decision. You have this smoke here, right? Now take a look at the minimap while this is happening. Because Furia plays so well in sync.
Oh yeah.
Despite this being the third map of a grand final, right? And despite it being quite a long day of CS.
Wasn't
look
ready
at
for
this.
him, was he?
Keserato,
Flamesy completely goes down. It's a
once
nice one.
he spots these two players,
Back,
Keserato
drops necessary trade.
immediately
Molodoi is
sprints
in
through
scrutiny.
Monster. He knows exactly what's going on.
He'll throw out
He
some
can
block
get
util.
all this B information. And more importantly, they can rotate 3 to A.
Trying to channel them into the
And
AW.
it's also this Orb of Molodoi sitting back, right?
WP,
So
and
with Keserato pushed in on short, they've just got a 3A
Our
stack.
rotations come through from Yuri. He's not alone.
Need the God Flashes from Robs here.
The Godfather for Fury. Commitment, low HP. Mezzi tries to make space. Molodoi hits
So
the
boom, Molodoi
first
gets a
shot.
kill.
Zywoo wants him. 18 seconds. Bomb has to be planted. Cover must be provided.
And they even just swing through the smoke together.
Fallen by. Oh, he's
Find the
got him.
angle, bomb plant denied. Furia playing so well in sync, and the final round to close it.
Worry about that.
It's another example of a round so many teams would crumble against Vitality in. It's one of these Vitality low-buy rounds that they so
Little bit of
often
block
win,
util
and
thrown
what
out.
makes them the best team in the world a lot of the
Now,
time.
it does look like Yakinda's going to be tested. They're walking into him. He's got the angle, but Flames.
Get Yakindar, losing the fight on long. Looked a little unlucky, but Flames
He's
gets
got
the
the
double ding.
headshot. D4, despite his
And then
22
here,
frags.
Yuri, I'm pretty sure he's jump peeking.
And there's
And he just gets domed by Zywoo.
It was AK. Was that on
With
the
the
jump
1
spot?
AK. And suddenly, it is a 3v5 for Furia to overturn. right?
Ridiculous seconds.
So many
Vitality.
teams here would just struggle. They would not be able to beat Vitality, and it would go to overtime, and they would probably lose.
Not going down,
But
but still
Keserato
there's 3 in the round
re-aggresses
for
on
Furia.
short.
30 seconds.
Keserato, are you the
The
playmaker
bomb is here.
in this do or die affair? Clears out Mezzi. There's another.
Great timing, able to transfer for the
Keserato
second,
steps
and suddenly the bomb is dropped.
He delivers. Awkward now.
And Molodoi here for a rookie AWPer
For
to not
Vitality.
get baited out by these jiggle peaks.
Hurrying into the side. Awkward. Sweaty pass.
Doesn't get baited by the jiggle, just lands the shot,
Frag from
gets off the
Vitality.
angle, puts the
They
nade
doing
down,
Yes, they
and that's all they need. That is all they need to close it. This was really impressive from Furia. I've yapped for 38 minutes here, so I will just sum up by saying, okay, the team play, the cohesion is so impressive. You saw that throughout so many moments there, right? And there are clearly these little duos setting up, like the rounds where Yuri and Molodoi are playing together, right? Fallen and Yakindar are often working together, right? And honestly, a good amount of the time, Keserato is just on his own, but he is so good at that. And I also think we have underestimated Yuri at times on this team. Like, he is just the reliable rock of this team, which is so needed when you have quite a few playmakers on this squad. So overall, mate, I am so excited for Furia. Now, can this continue, okay? Can they keep on being this #1 team? I think the thing we have to mention and we have to make sure we are aware of is that I don't think you will often get a Vitality game where Rops is this off. I think he was pretty poor throughout this series. And I also think we didn't maybe get all of the impact out of like a ZywOo. I think he was good, but not great. And I just think at times Vitality didn't look fully themselves with their cohesion. But I also think that is just where Vitality are at right now. I don't think they are any longer the bona fide best team in the world that look unbeatable. So I think Furia are right in the running for the major. They've proven they can win close games. They've proven they can win tense games. And dude, it is the perfect time for them to win a trophy because now there are so many teams I'm excited to see at the major. But honestly, you look at the rankings, and even when you get excited by the names of the Falcons or what Mals look like at times, Furia look like they're probably one of the teams to watch. I think them and Vitality are probably the two clear favorites right now to have a chance to win the major, which seems crazy to say, but I think that is the case. I really do, based on what I'm seeing and based on their ability to deliver intense moments. I think they're right there. I can't wait for it because everyone is a Furia fan. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time.